And it'll be for the vacant WBA Gold Women's Super Bantamweight Championship. Brought to you by Salida Promotions in partnership with Win Records, Clarissa Shields Promotions, and Route 30. Presenting sponsor is Zeus Network, along with their great sponsor, OnlyFans. Sanctioned by the Georgia Athletic Commission Executive Director, Matt Woodruff, along with the World Boxing Association President, Gilberto Mendoza Jr., Supervisor, Kina Malpardida. The judges are Eric Gilbert, Troy Stamey, and Mike Ross. The referee in charge will be Nate Mann. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, she comes to the ring wearing white, green, and gold and weighed in officially at 122 pounds. Coming to us from Tijuana, Baja California, Mexico, she brings a professional record consisting of 19 wins, 5 defeats, 1 draw, 4 wins come by way of knockout. She is the current WBO Latino Women's Champion, and tonight she fights in honor and memory of her late brother, Paulette Cuesta. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Paulette La Heredera Cuesta. And her opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner. She comes to the ring wearing black with yellow and weighed in officially at 121.2 pounds. Hailing from Corozal, Puerto Rico, she was a 2024 Olympian, becoming Puerto Rico's first female Olympic boxer, and now as a professional, undefeated. 4 wins, 1 of her 4 wins comes by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the current WBC Latino Women's Champion, Ashleyann La Máquina Lozada.
All right, ladies out front. Ladies out front. All right, ladies, we have gone over the rules. Make sure you obey my commands at all times. We are going to have a clean, fair fight. Right? If you want to touch gloves, do it now. Come out fighting.
La Máquina, Ashleyann Lozada, the machine, going after a Mexican machine, and Paulette Cuesta, Puerto Rico versus Mexico. We know how that fight normally pans out. Action guaranteed.
Yeah, both of these women promised to come out guns blazing. Let's see how it goes. 2 35-year-olds squaring off here in Atlanta, Georgia. Lozada in the black and gold, Cuesta in the white and green.
Yeah, as mentioned, Lozada being fast-tracked, that includes the level of competition. 4th professional fight, she's fighting an opponent with 20-plus fights. Last time out, she fought an opponent with 40-plus fights. They're trying to get her as high a level experience as they can at this stage of her career.
Sergio, what do you think you would have looked like if you didn't turn pro until 34 years old?
I based my career off my legs and my feet, and at 34 years old, that's when your legs start betraying you. So no, if you're a pure boxer, you definitely want to take advantage of your youth.
Well, Lozada was in that amateur system for a long time.
Good body shot by Lozada.
Started boxing just 16 years old, stayed nearly 2 decades in the amateur system.
Cuesta didn't like that body shot. Normally, it's Mexicans that are hurting their opponents to the body. It's Lozada that actually hurt the Mexican in Cuesta was a left hand to the body, and right now you can see that Cuesta hasn't punched since then, and that right elbow's blocking the ribs.
She's switching stances too.
And this is what I was talking about coming into the fight. The power's not there right now on the resume, but talking to Lozada this week, she said it's there inside of her. You're going to see her start to pick up some knockouts as his career moves forward.
Well, in her last fight, she won by decision, but dropped her opponent twice, so she's got plenty of pop from that southpaw stance.
Cuesta hasn't punched since that shot landed downstairs, and that's unlike Paulette Cuesta, who's always coming forward, attacking herself. It's her attacking and zeroing in on the body, relying on combinations. She hasn't thrown one punch since that shot landed.
Do you think Lozada knows that?
I don't think she knows that, or she would continue going and attacking downstairs.
Siéntate, la sientes fuerte, no puedes entrar tú, no puedes entrar tú, no puedes entrar tú, te tienes que quedar por el lado. ¿Cómo la sientes? La sientes fuerte. Le regalamos ese round, le regalamos el round. Yo ahora quiero que trabajes un poquito más, le vamos a trabajar un poquito más. Y quiero que muevas. Ahí tuviste pasiva, al rápido, tú lo matas también tirando con él, tienes que tirar con ella a veces. Tienes que aprietar un poquito más, le regalamos el primer round, vamos a trabajar más, vamos a hacerlo. Ya viste más o menos qué trae. Quiero que trabaje ahora. ¿Está bien? Dame un poquito de agua. Respira.
As a fighter, you don't want to get hit downstairs too early. Here's the shot right there, right on the liver. Left hand, the power hand by Lozada coming from that left-handed stance. Shots like that with your elbows, they're gonna last a little longer. That pain's gonna linger coming into round two.
Good start to this fight for Ashleyann Lozada, who can hit hard. Started fighting as a teenager in Puerto Rico. Growing up in a rural area, had difficulty finding access to training. Finally, a gym was open, but it had to close because of financial problems. So her mother ran it for as long as she could until she couldn't do it anymore. And then she had to find a new gym, but she persevered, stuck with the sport. And here she is on a major card and doing well so far.
You know, I really like what I'm seeing from Lozada, not just what we've seen through 1+ round of this fight, but a continuation from the last fight. The power is really developed. This is a really experienced opponent that's in front of her. Someone's been in with power punches before, and so far it has been a dominant performance by Lozada.
Yeah, Cuesta's only been knocked out one time in 25 fights, and that was by an undefeated puncher in Nazarena Romero. You can see that left hand really nice, but I like it when she throws it straight. When Lozada throws that straight left hand down the pipe, it's barely been missing, and Cuesta's not fast enough with her upper body to get away from it.
Good body shot.
Yeah. And even when she's...
There it is right there.
Whenever she's even blocking punches, Sergio, Lozada is moving Cuesta.
Just a stronger puncher is Lozada, and it's just very polished. The placement. I always talk about punch placement. Notice how Cuesta really turns her punches. There's no pity pat. There's no amateurish. There's that right uppercut. It's a beautiful shot.
And you can see the legs get a little wobbly there for Cuesta.
This is a true puncher. We got a puncher in Ashleyann Lozada, and even though she only has one knockout in those 5 fights, she's definitely a puncher. And Puerto Rico got another one.
Got her again, and now Cuesta covering up. And what a start for Ashleyann Lozada.
Vamos bien. Vamos. Relájate. Vamos. Lo que me queda es la medicina, los hombros. Tranquilita.
Listen, vamos. Relax. Listen, you need a jab more.
Buen yahoy, okay?
And you can see Lozada attacking that body, touching her downstairs just to sweep her with that right hook. And combinations like this, Cuesta cannot be against the ropes against a fighter like Lozada. And there's that shot, touching her downstairs, keeping her hurt down to the body, and then flurrying upstairs, looking for that straight left hand is Lozada. That's the best punch for Ashleyann Lozada, is the body punch downstairs, and of course the straight left.
Lozada is a disciple of Amanda Serrano, the greatest women's boxer who came out of Puerto Rico. We even talked to her this week, talks to her regularly about these fights. And Amanda Serrano established herself quickly as one of the biggest punchers in women's boxing. You can see some shades of that in Ashleyann Lozada.
One of the best body punchers in women's boxing is Serrano, and you could see that Lozada has something.
Oh, big right hand for Lozada. Everything coming up gold for her.
She might have busted the nose of Cuesta. You see Cuesta wiping at that nose a couple of times there.
Lozada steps back just slightly, or Cuesta won't be able to come back with anything. See, there you go. Stepping back just like that, making Cuesta square up, and Lozada looking for that left hand. Uppercut straight down the pipe.
There's a shot there from the Mexican.
There's a slap in the overhand left there by Cuesta. Needs to turn them knuckles. And she's in there with a much polished puncher.
I'll tell you what, it's good left hand. Stoppage win would go a long way for Lozada in this fight. Right now, there are 3 belts vacant in the 122-pound division. Sky Nicholson's got the other belt, the WBC belt, at 122. If Lozada can build herself towards one of those title fights.
Oh, that's a shot.
Another brutal body shot. You can see it on the face of Cuesta, who's given it all she's got, but she's been outclassed every second of every round.
Every time
Lozada realized that one.
Yeah, there you go again. Every time Lozada hits her downstairs, Cuesta's feeling it.
Turning lefty, turning righty. She's just trying to avoid the body blows. Lozada looks so comfortable in there.
Now Cuesta, because of the pain of the body on the right side, turning southpaw herself, doesn't want to get hit on that right side.
DAZN hits lovely Mexico as former world champion Mauricio El Bronco Lara returns for a matchroom card for the first time since 2024, looking to make a statement against Carlos Ornelas in Guadalajara on Saturday, August 29th, live on the global home of boxing, DAZN.
You have much more ability than her. Don't try to exchange with her, you know? Lozada touching her with that jab. That's that one shot, pulling back. That's the only thing that I'm seeing from Lozada doing wrong. She's pulling back, but that's what I'm seeing that she's doing right. Continues to hurt Cuesta to the body. That left hand, it's an uppercut going around the guard and then flooring upstairs, keeping Paulette Cuesta hurt.
It's a party-like environment here at State Farm Arena. Sold-out crowd. About 15,000 expected as Lozada continues to pour it on Cuesta.
Gets 4 shots, steps back, lets Cuesta come at her. But see, that's what she's doing wrong. She's pulling back. That's the only thing they got to work on. She needs to stay inside instead of pulling back.
Left hand out of the southpaw stance lands again for Lozada.
Look at how calm the look in the face, Lozada. Her breathing's under control. Just very relaxed under pressure.
Stop!
Lozada's only stoppage came against Carmen Vargas, and it was in the first round in under 30 seconds. You know, she'd love to get a second one here tonight in just her 5th pro fight.
Lozada is excellent when she's in front of her opponent. I would like to see her get angles. When you're a southpaw, you have the advantage of angles and getting away from different positions because of that left-handed stance. So that's the only thing Lozada needs to start working on, is getting angles once you get on the inside, whether it's the left or right, just pivot away.
Lozada still targeting the body. She knows Cuesta's covering it up best she can.
Still getting caught with that right hand is Lozada. Cuesta's been able to land 3 or 4 of them over these last 2 rounds.
Yeah, it's a bad habit she has. She pulls back. You got to stay. See, there it is again.
There's a good left from Cuesta.
Yeah, that's the punch that continues landing on Lozada. You know, she keeps her head in the same spot, and then when she does pull back, her gloves are down.
Still to come tonight, our main event, and the champ is here. Yes, Claressa Shields is the challenger tonight. Sergio, if you were in the corner of Kay Scott, what would your motivational speech be in the locker room?
Well, we know what her team wants her to do and what motivational speech they have for her, but we can't say it on air. But what I would tell her is this is the time to shine. You're going up against the greatest. Use that momentum. Do not make it a close fight. Either you do something great or you go out on your shield. That's what I would motivate her with. This is your moment. Time to shine.
Chris, does she have a better chance if this is more of a boxing match or more of a brawl?
I think she has no chance if it's a boxing match. Claressa Shields is the vastly superior boxer, but if she can make it a fight, land a few of those left hooks, anything can happen, I guess.
Make it a fight, not a...
5th round. Fight.
What's the difference?
A brawl, there's no technique involved. There's no finesse. You know, a fight, you could definitely have finesse in a fight.
Well, let's see how much finesse Lozada can find here in the 5th round after absorbing a couple of power punches from Cuesta there in the 4th. It was the Mexican's best round of the fight.
Yeah, this has been, I think, a pretty educational fight for Lozada. She's doing some great things with the body work. I like the pressure that she's putting on Cuesta. I think she's cutting the ring off pretty well, but she's getting clipped with that right hand. I think when she goes back and watches the tape of this fight later in the week, she'll see that's an area she needs to improve on.
Yeah, ducking under punches. You know, ducking under punches, staying inside the fire. You know, not always pulling back, not always stepping back, inside fighting. I think that's what Lozada needs to work on a little bit.
It's interesting, Lozada's 35 years old, but this is the 4th fight where she's actually the younger fighter. Nice right cross.
Beautiful right hook, short right compact hooks by Lozada.
Yeah, these are real power shots Lozada's landing.
You can see Cuesta turning southpaw again. You never want to turn southpaw against a natural southpaw. You're just going to be at a more of a disadvantage because of technique.
Body shot there from Lozada again.
Yeah, I think Lozada's going for it. She wants to get Cuesta out of here.
I think she should. I mean, I say it all the time. Not all wins, or all wins are not created equal. A decision win is fine. A W keeps it moving. But if you can get a stoppage win on a card like this, and you make a statement in your first 10-round fight.
And hey, in this social media age, it's those 10 to 15 second clips that can really sell your brand. And if you can drop someone and win by dramatic fashion, it helps you in more ways than one.
Well, look, that's how Amanda Serrano became a star in her own right, knocking women out.
Suave. Ahí al pie.
With the shorter punches instead of the longer punches that Cuesta started trying to land.
Seconds out. Fight.
Round 6 scheduled for 10. Ashleyann Lozada, undefeated at 4-0, taking on the veteran Paulette Cuesta, who's competing in her 26th professional bout. Dedicating tonight's performance to her late brother, Paul Cuesta, who passed away last month at the age of 39.
You can see Cuesta has a strong back. She hunches over, but she doesn't have enough head movement to make that effective. You know, whenever you do want to fight that style, a Julio Cesar Chavez type style where you hunch over and you're always dipping, you have to have upper body movement. You have to have a strong back. You can't be a stationary target.
And Paulette Cuesta has won a couple of fights in a row, but she had a stretch a couple of years ago where she lost, or was winless, I should say, in 4 out of 5 fights. So she's entered kind of a rough patch in her professional career.
Yeah, well, Cuesta is the daughter of pro boxer.
Cut open over the right eye of Cuesta.
We'll say the daughter of professional boxer Chico Valenzuela, who famously scored a knockdown against Oscar De La Hoya back in 1993. She's having a tough time right now.
I'll tell you, that is a nasty looking cut above the right eye. And I think that was caused by a punch from Lozada. I didn't see a clash of heads in that exchange.
She's been pawing at her nose, and now she's got to deep gash to deal with.
If you're Lozada, that is like a bullseye.
Oh, big shots. And Sergio, you're right. She may be losing this fight, but she's as tough as they come fighting out of Tijuana.
Yeah, she is. And she's still looping those shots, trying to land something around the guard. See, there you go. She's going to go down swinging. Paulette Cuesta is not going to be going down for anybody. Lozada's going to have to earn this knockout.
Being told by our producer, Bob Torrens, it was a clash of heads that caused the cut. We'll see the replay here momentarily.
Referee calls it in the ring.
Siéntate, mami. Siéntate para poderte bregar la herida. Siéntate.
No, hold on. Don't check it yet.
En minuto te damos agua. Te quiero presionándola.
I need you to keep pressuring her.
Here it is right here, Sergio. Boom.
Accidental clash of heads, and that's what happens when you have a lefty and a righty. They're either crossing feet or crossing the direction of where their heads are supposed to go. Here's another look, and you can see it's totally inadvertent. Both these guys are clashed. They're tripping over each other's feet, but there you go. You see the blood flowing to the right side of Cuesta, and right away trying to clinch and stop the action and the onslaught.
So we're in the 7th round. Chris, what did the referee tell you?
So the referee intimated to me that he is ruling it as a punch. So if this fight is stopped as a result of the cut, it would be a knockout win for Lozada.
Which is obviously the wrong decision.
Back to you, Todd.
Yeah. I guess we don't have instant replay tonight.
Intimated.
It's like I can't use certain words around you.
Imitated. Good jab there by Cuesta. Oh, wait a minute, another clash of heads there. Now it's Lozada getting the worst of it.
Either way, Cuesta not phased at all by that headbutt in the corner. All positivity.
Yeah, and that's what I like about Lozada. You know, she has that calm, cool look on her face, poker face.
Did you ever get cut by a clash of heads?
All the time. I think the 90% of my cuts were all headbutts, but you know, most of them were my fault because I had a jumping in and out style, you know, and I kept my hands down. You know, that's just the type of fighter I became.
Who had the hardest head?
Alfredo Angulo.
He looks like he's got a hard head.
Big old meathead.
Is he still doing bare knuckle?
Yeah, and doing fine and great on it. I think he's 3-0 now in bare knuckle because he's made for it. Heavy hands and heavy head.
Now give it to Cuesta. She's continuing to come forward. Got that nasty cut above the right eye. I think her nose is busted up. We've seen her many times, Sergio, kind of blow that nose out, and that's after taking a lot of straight left hands from Lozada. But she is relentless in this fight.
Yeah, and that's a big no-no. You're not supposed to breathe out like that on purpose, trying to shoot out the blood from your nose. It only makes it worse.
Former heavyweight champion Andy Ruiz Jr. returns on September the 4th in Newark. The Destroyer famously shocked Anthony Joshua in 2019, become the first Mexican heavyweight champion. Now, after 2 years away, can Ruiz make the climb back to the top of the division? Find out live on TNT Sports and streaming globally on DAZN. Sergio, we were just looking at a photo of Ruiz on his Instagram. He looks like a light heavyweight right now.
You know, fighters like Ruiz that have made a career, you know, looking chubby like that, they really don't want to lose that much weight because they have fast hands.
You know, the cut is not in the worst spot, I would think, for a boxer, Sergio. It's off to the right, so it looks like the blood's probably trickling off of the side, not into the eye.
They want right hands by Cuesta and really animated in the corner. They're telling her that the right hand is going to be landing. So expect Cuesta to start looking for right hands right down the pipe.
And Lozada, who we know wants the stoppage, has 3 rounds to do it, 6 minutes.
If she gets the stoppage, she better hurt Cuesta downstairs again, or else I don't see her, you know, knocking her out with shots to the head. You got a tough Mexican in front of you. You got to soften him up downstairs.
Yeah, the only time that Cuesta's been hurt during this fight has been from the body shots. Everything upstairs she's taken pretty well.
Holding.
See, now this is a referee where I'm enjoying his work. You know, he's out of the action. He's not really mixing himself inside of it. He's making his opinion heard. That's the third man in the ring.
Another good straight left hand from Lozada. That's been there all round.
Yeah, caught her going out, caught her coming in. Lozada looking to improve on Ellie Scotney's mark of quickly winning a major world championship at 122 pounds. She did that in 7 pro bouts.
Holding.
Yeah, I think there's no reason that within the next 2 fights she can't be fighting for a world title. Look, you've got a fighter in Kay Scott that became unified champion in just her 6th pro fight. We see it all the time in women's boxing. Given the pedigree, the age, the skill set of someone like Lozada, I could see her fighting for a vacant title very soon.
I really like her skills. I like her ring generalship, how smooth she is. The only thing I don't like is that she pulls her head back with those right hands. But other than that, I can see her winning a world championship.
Stop.
Excellent compact combination puncher, and look at, she's just smooth on her feet. Even late in the fight, she still has a nice bounce on her legs.
Atlanta, Georgia. Sergio, your first trip to the Dirty South. How you enjoying yourself?
I'm loving this city. I'm loving the people, the music, the culture, the food. And you guys haven't been around, man. I've been going solo. I've been enjoying myself by myself.
Hey, you had some soul food yesterday. How'd that sit with you?
Oh, man, it was great. Pascal's, I think it was called. Delicious.
Contact me. I'm her agent.
Chris Mannix, have you ever had collard greens?
No, I can't say I have.
They're delicious. You should try them.
Nice puppy.
You know, 2 rounds left, and Lozada clearly up on the scorecards. I would like to see her try to step on the gas here a little. Pretty good on the resume against an opponent like this.
Look at Cuesta coming out hot.
Well, she's got some desperation there. She knows she's down on the scorecards. If she's got any chance to win, it's going to be landing one of those right hands.
Oh, boy, they're both throwing bombs.
Yeah, but right now, it's Lozada, giving Cuesta a chance to land a bomb. When you're ahead and winning so easily on the back foot boxing, why do you want to exchange with a fighter that doesn't have a chance unless you're winging away with her?
Well, you want to knock her out.
Well, yeah, but you got to knock her out in a calculated fashion, not exchanging with her. You break her down like you've been doing. She's loading up on the left hand now, and it is Lozada, and that's the reason you see him clashing heads again and bleeding. Cuesta's bleeding again. This is where Lozada needs to be popping those jabs, busting her up from the outside, not giving Cuesta any kind of confidence.
Stop holding. Stop. Clean break. Stop holding. Fight.
In our last fight, the referee deducted 2 points for holding against Caroline Bear and eventually just waved the fight off. This referee being much more verbal and not taking points off.
Good shot. Good shot. See, those are left hand to the body, a right hand to the body, but there was no shift. So that's what I mean by angles. Lozada's not getting an angle on Cuesta. She's staying right in front of her, so that means Cuesta could brace herself for what's coming, whether left or right side, because there's no surprise. You got to surprise tough fighters like this.
Yeah, well, Cuesta showing a lot of heart. Big body shots absorbed early in the fight. A head clash, which caused a lot of bleeding, but she's still in there firing away, Sergio, showing that Tijuana toughness. And there's the GWOAT. And if you don't believe she's the GWOAT, just ask her. She'll tell you all about it. And there's a man with a saxophone back there. Is that your favorite Kenny G? Is he performing tonight, Chris?
I don't know if that's Kenny G, but it might be Andre Durrell standing near her. Andre Durrell, one of the new additions to Team Shields, who has been bringing some of the power into the game. John David Jackson wrapping her hands, longtime trainer, but Andre Durrell has been there to tell her, hey, you got power. 18 wins, only 3 by knockout, but he's been emphasizing the fact that she can be stopping people. He's been telling her all week, you can stop Kay Scott tonight.
I love a quote that Durrell said, that speed is getting in the way of Claressa Shields. She needs to slow things down and worry about the right punch, not the volume of punches.
Packed house here at the State Farm Arena in downtown ATL, the home of the Atlanta Hawks.
Last round, ladies, last round. Fight.
How are the Hawks going to be this season, sir, Chris?
Playoff team.
All right.
Stop.
Yeah.
Clean break. Stop holding. Let's fight. Fight.
Final round, and you know Cuesta's going down swinging.
Stop holding. Fight out.
Fighting in memory of her late brother, Paul Cuesta.
Beautiful shoe shine right there. See, this is what I'm talking about. Lozada can be something.
Oh, nice shot from Cuesta.
Holding.
Can be something special. Not only a champion early in her career, but an attraction on undercards, because she has this swag, she has speed, she looks for the knockout, she has good pop in her punch.
And again, the educational aspect of this is real. You've got a woman in Cuesta that is still coming forward. 10th round, still coming forward. You can learn a lot if you're Lozada from going up against an opponent that fights like this.
Not only coming forward, Chris, but I think winning the round.
Well, I think the last two, we've seen maybe a little bit of fatigue set in on Lozada. You can see her with the mouth open a little bit, breathing kind of heavy, whereas Cuesta is still coming forward.
Yeah, a lot of credit to Paulette Cuesta, at 35 years old, still pushing and trying to make it a physical fight, trying to push the action against clearly someone that's a little bit more experienced and polished with her punching.
Yeah, Cuesta's in shape, just a little bit outgunned by a superior boxer.
Fight out. Stop.
But Cuesta putting on a really brave show of toughness and determination here tonight. Oh, man, nice combination there from Lozada, who's still got a few more seconds to work with here in the last round. And now talking a little trash, and boy, she might get